This is All of It on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. Actor and comedian Michelle Buteau returns the role of the vibrant plus-side stylist Mavis Beaumont for the final season of the comedy drama series Survival of the Thickest. The show follows Mavis after she re-envisions her life and career in New York City. To catch up, season 1, Mavis quits her job and pursues her dream of being a fashion stylist in a world that likes people to fit in one box. Season 2, she finds and loses and finds again love, all while dealing with the challenges of betting on yourself. And for season 3, Mavis wants to start a family of her own, but realizes chosen family, that's important too. The third and final season of Survival of the Thickest premieres this Thursday, July 2nd. Michelle Buteau joins me now in studio. It is so nice to see you in person.
Hi. Oh my goodness. I just feel like you and I are just like a 23andMe campaign. Like it's just giving diaspora. And I love that for us.
I love that.
It made me like a little sad when you were like breaking down the seasons because I'm so excited that it's going to be out in the world soon, but I'm so bummed that this is kind of where I say goodbye to Mavis.
But it's such a great arc that she goes on.
It is.
You know, when you first started out, what were your goals? And then by the time you got to the season 3, how did they change?
Oh my God. Well, like when you get anything greenlit as a comedian, a plus size comedian, woman of color, you know, when a platform like Netflix wants to option your book, you're like, I hope I do a good job. I hope people watch. I hope I don't get canceled. Like those are the things, you know? And then when you realize that you can trust your instinct and people around you and it does work and people do respond to it, like in Kenya and Siberia, like just countries you would never even like think to imagine. I'm like, oh, okay, we have a responsibility. So like, let's go. And it's been awesome.
You actually, this was based on your book from 2020.
Nobody knows it's
Thickest.
a book.
Yes.
It's a book.
We're public radio. We know about books.
I know. And you know what? Everyone always introduces me as like New York Times bestseller. Michelle, it was never a bestseller. Just the right person read it. It's a good sell.
Okay.
But all this to say, don't work for a list. Just make something that you love that resonates with people because the right person saw it and said, this should be a show. So that's the lesson, dear. Also, do the research. But go on!
Well, who's the person that read the book and came to you and said this should be a show?
Oh, my God. Shout out to Kristen Zollner. She was an executive at Netflix, and she left Netflix shortly after, and she said, I want to get this show greenlit because it's important and it matters, and people would love it. And she got good taste. She was not wrong.
Who were, sorry, best way to put this. When you first went out and pitched the show, when people necessarily didn't want it, how did they say that to you?
Here's the deal. Never pitched a show.
You never pitched it?
No, I wrote the book. The book didn't even come out. She had a copy of the book before. And then there was like some sort of really fun bidding war where I talked to different production companies and platforms about like, you know, how they saw the show and so like all this to say, like I do give a good pitch. I give a good pitch now, but I didn't have to pitch the show. I had the IP, I had the years of experience at Netflix and in like comedy, you know, so slow simmer. It's pretty damn good.
That's a pretty great thing to not have to pitch a show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
I'm talking to Michelle Buteau. Survival of the Thickest. It's streaming on Netflix starting this Thursday. It's first and final season. It's third and final season. Thank you. Yeah. Mavis gets career success. She has complicated friendships. She has messy moments. Yes. And she has romance.
Yeah.
Let's listen to a clip where Mavis and her boyfriend Luca are stopped by an online content creator. We can talk about it on the other side.
Excuse me. Are you two a couple?
Oh my God! I love your Instagram.
You mind telling us how long you've been together?
Oh, is 3 months strong?
Well, like, has it been 3 months? No, it's been like on and off for a year and a half, but like with like emotional time zones, it's really given like 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yes, but officially it's 3 months.
We met really fast, but now we're taking it really slow, and I like it.
I think we're doing it the right way.
We are, because you know it's all a process.
Why was it important for you that her story not revolve around overcoming her body, overcoming her doubts?
Oh, because we're beautiful no matter what shape or size or shade. We are beautiful beings. We're just souls walking around this earth, just trying to have the best day, to be loved, and we are enough. So that wasn't something that I wanted my character to have to overcome because, my mission statement from the show has always been, it's not us that needs to catch up to the world. It's the world that needs to catch up to us. There's always been fat people. There's always been thick people. There's always been non-binary people and trans people forever and all of time. There have been people. We are people. We exist. We deserve to have a happy story. So that was a non-negotiable. But what I really wanted, because Mavis is a 38-year-old and I started the show when I was like 48. Lies and deceit. Come on. Black don't crack and beige don't age. Come on, WNYC. Let's go. But I wanted Mavis to sort of do the things and say the things I always wanted to be for myself, to give that, Susanna Sugarbaker monologue from Designing Women, And so I told you I'm 48. What do you want from me, Nick at Night? But, and I'm like, there is a way that you can stick up for yourself and advocate for yourself without, getting mad, getting heated, so that's kind of what I wanted to put in the show. And I think I did. And, especially help from her chosen family, because I'm the only child and my friends are my family. And I also wanted to showcase that too.
We got a text that says, listen, when my imaginary best friend isn't Allison Stewart, it's Michelle Buteau.
Okay.
Not for nothing.
You got some good friends there. You got some good friends, sis.
That's coming in from Clinton Hill, by the way. Tell me about a time when a fan has shared a story that the show really touched them.
Oh my God. That's like picking my favorite Whitney Houston song, Almost Impossible, because there's so many beautiful stories. There is one of a woman who said this was the first time she laughed after her husband got diagnosed with brain cancer the second time. There is also a mom in some Eastern European country who was like, I get to watch a show about trans people having a happy life now that my teenager's transitioning. There are so many women, so many thick people who are like, I think I can love myself. I think I deserve to be confident. I think I'm going to wear color today. I think I'm going to have make my shirt a crop top. Like even down to those like simple little things that just, I'm sorry, Marie Kondo, thank you so much, spark joy. And so, I can make people laugh as the day. I'm funny. I can make people laugh. But if I can make people feel and think and love themselves, cherry, all up on that cake. And I just said that to your face.
Comedian actor Michelle Buteau returns as stylist Mavis Beaumont. I am keeping my composure for the final season of Survival of the Thickest, streaming on Thursday on Netflix. It drops then. You are a writer, executive producer. You star in this series with a whole bunch of other creative individuals. We'll talk about them in a minute. How often have the directions or detours of Mavis's story gone in ways that have surprised you? You thought like, oh, we're going to go in that direction. Or, oh, somebody else in the staff thinks that maybe she should do this.
Yeah, it's always interesting to hear what people want to see because it really, we're talking about stories that matter, marginalized communities, uplifting people, but then also like things that we haven't seen on TV before. So, what I do love is taking a germ of an idea, a theme or a story from my show, and then having beautiful TV executives and writers just like funnel it into this TV world because, it's got to make sense in 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And so many things. I don't want to give anything away, but like career wise, yes, career wise, I'm like, wow, we did it. What a journey.
What was on the learning curve for you?
I think to really trust my instinct. Just because someone's been doing something longer than you doesn't mean that they know more. Especially if this is like, if something is your project, your voice, or even if you're lending your voice to something, it's okay to say, I don't agree with that, or let's circle back, or I don't see a world that like fits in. Like, it's okay to, disagree. And I think coming from hosting land and, field producing for the local news, like I was just here to like kind of people please and give the client what they want. But it's like, I'm the client. I got to get what I want.
It's sort of interesting, that idea of disagreement, that you can disagree and move on.
Yes.
I think when you're young, you think like, I'm gonna make this person not want to be around me.
Yeah.
They don't want me to work with me.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you sort of understand, no, it's okay to disagree.
Yeah, I think it's healthy. You know, whatever comes to your mind when you think of the word confrontation, you know, just follow that up with communication.
It's sort of interesting. As you get older, it's okay to say no. What was something that you said no to on this series?
With this show?
Yeah.
I think hard decisions about protecting my peace, whether it's a long day or language or storylines or, you know, energy from, you know, people that might not be the right fit. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Got another text here. Michelle Buteau, I've seen you live so many times, and I cannot be more excited that the WNYC audience gets to experience you. This show is so important as someone not exactly white, not exactly thin, and not exactly young. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to say not exactly, but thank you. I love that.
One thing I like about the character of Mavis is that she's confident, but she still has moments when she doubts herself.
Yes.
You know, why is it important to keep that as part of the character?
So we make sure that we don't lie to ourselves. We can't live in a lie. I think if someone acts like they have it all figured out all the time, then they are pretending. You don't. And that's okay. We can figure it out together. And so, you know, I think like what I tell my kids when we're playing, you know, tic-tac-toe or whatever it is, like we're never losing, we're only learning. So I would rather figure out the lesson here in a safe space and then move on. So I think it's fun and funny, relatable.
Where's Mavis in her career in season 3? Because we've seen ups and downs.
Oh my God. Without too many spoilers, I had an acting teacher tell me one time, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And so the way Mavis is pursuing her love is the way that she's also pursuing her career. And so it's still bigger picture. It's still inclusive. But this time she's getting it done.
Your wardrobe. Let's talk about that before we go to the break.
Yes.
How involved are you in Mavis's wardrobe?
What do you mean?
Like, do you say to the stylist, like, she has to look a certain way in this episode? She has to look a certain way in that episode.
In it, you know, like in the way I'm into my kids is the way I'm into Mavis's, but like everyone's wardrobe. Do you know what I mean? Because because it's reflective of the world and their day, right? And so for Mavis, the mood boards at one point, Kia Bounds, shout out to the costumer Kia Bounds, who I call her Kia knows no bounds. I told her I want to support Black and brown and fat and queer designers, and we put some of them on, which is amazing. It's very hard to get like a lot of plus size fashion because it's still not a turnkey situation, which is like a whole other thing about like fat phobia, but it is what it is. We'll get to that in a minute because Survival of the Thickest is coming out Thursday, July 2nd on Netflix. Ew! But I mean, mood boards. Like at one point, Kia's like, "Can you just stop sending me pictures of Solange and Janelle Monáe and Tracy Ellis Ross?" And I was like, "Them, but plus size." And so yeah, it was the specificity is everything, and that's like the joy.
We're talking to Michelle Buteau. Survival of the Thickest when is it coming out?
July 2nd, okay.
We'll have more after a quick break. You're listening to all of it on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. Joining me in studio is comedian and actor Michelle Buteau. She's returning as stylist Mavis Beaumont for the final season of Survival of the Thickest. It will be streaming this Thursday on Netflix. We're not going to give anything away, but we will say that Mavis wants to become a mom.
Yes.
And she's pursuing that goal.
Yes.
A lot of people are struggling with career, mom,
Yeah.
how old am I? Is it maternal age? You know, like back and forth.
Yeah.
What did you want to say on the show that hadn't been said before? about a woman deciding to be a mom?
Oh my God, Allison. These questions are so good.
I try.
Okay. I planted the seed in season 1 about being a mom because that is something that women do talk, people talk about without necessarily a plan. And I think, you do have a time limit. You have this sort of like expiration or something that happens. And there are the big questions of how can it fit into my career and how can I even afford it? And I think the biggest things that I want to hit was access, how limited access we have to whether it's knowledge of our bodies or how our bodies work, to healthcare, to like the knowledge of like infertility and what that means, and also just how lonely it is. How like you want something that like a lot of people want or not want, and that's okay. Like everyone should have what they want, and I want that for them, but like to want a family and to pursue it and how hard that might be. For it doesn't even matter how old you are, how lonely that is. And I know for me and my husband, like I have a big network, and then I have like a peripheral network of friends and comedians who are amazing and hilarious. But for 5 years, it was just IVF and losses and money. And I felt really lonely. And I was like, God, if I feel lonely and I have access to all these people who want to be there for me, what is it like for someone who doesn't have that? And so that's why I wrote about it in my book. And I do jokes about it on stage in my specials. And and we touch on it this season.
It's interesting because in the show, Mavis is having a hard time telling Luca about the serious conversation she wants to have with them. The character of Mavis, why is she having such a hard time talking to Luca about this very serious issue?
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? Like when you meet someone and you know there's like these stages of a relationship you feel like you have to get through first. And Mavis wants to give time for these stages to happen, but really doesn't have time, especially when she's falling in love with somebody from another country. Like there's just so many hurdles they have to get over. And so, it's sort of like having the hardest conversation with the person you love the most. Again, I'm coming back to this word confrontation in my mind.
Yeah.
And it is a different type of confrontation because you don't bring it up because you're afraid of what they're going to say. And that ultimately means you're afraid of rejection, right? And so it's hard to talk about something or tell people what you need if you've never been in that situation. So when people are like, tell me what you need, it's like, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I know. I've never been here before.
It's interesting in the show because it pivots from being laugh out loud funny to being, you can be super vulnerable in the next scene.
Yeah.
How do you find the balance as a performer, as a writer, and as we'll find out as a director?
I mean, it's just who I am.
Yeah.
It's just who I am. I don't mind going deep quite quickly. We can keep it surface. We can keep it real. We can keep it gully. We can keep it a lot of different ways. I'm from a lot of different parts of Jersey, and I'm Caribbean, and it's very Catholic. It's like a lot of stuff going on. So I don't mind. But I feel like in terms of like post editing, even like filming in the moment, you feel what you need, right? And that balance, if you're doing it right and working with with people who understand what you're trying to do. Because I think if it's just like laugh, like if it's just like jokes all the time about a serious subject, then it doesn't feel like you're respecting the subject or people's time.
It's interesting. The show has a real embrace of LGBTQ plus characters.
Yes.
How have these kind of relationships been helpful to Mavis?
Oh my God. Well, besides the fact that queer people will save us, period, point blank, period, happy Pride every day, all day, all year round. I just wanted to show my New York, my world. And so, when people often ask me the question of, why did you put so many queer people in your show? It's because queer people exist, especially in my life, and they're in your life too. So talk to your friends and your family, and as I'm looking at the landscape of television as well, especially on an international platform, I feel like, honestly, this could save lives. This can make people believe in themselves, to be truthful, to be out, to love, educate people through love and laughter, let somebody know that we are all people at the end of the day. We just want to be loved and do a good job, right? And if we have to pay taxes, I guess that's what we do. But like in all those countries, yes, love each other.
There's this great scene. I've seen the show, the third season, and I found it really interesting because it's New Year's Eve and you have your bestie from your childhood and your boyfriend.
Yes.
And you want them together at the same time.
You do.
And it's interesting because it's something the boyfriend wants to tell Mavis. Yes. But you have to see that like Mavis is having to balance her past and her future.
Yeah.
What is she doing in that moment? Does she know what she's doing? Does she understand that Luca's her future and Khalil is her past? Or are they supposed to go together? Or how is she going to do that?
I don't think she understands that yet.
Yeah.
I think she's just in the moment. She's in the eye of the storm. And this is like a thing that happens. You have your bestie that, has picked you up off the floor. That's your day one, not your plus one, the one that's like been there through thick and thin. And then all of a sudden you bring in this new person that you're dating. And now all of a sudden your best friend's got an in-law they never asked for. And I'm, and Mavis, a few times this season is really trying to have a blended family.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah. And everybody has to meet each other where they're at when they're ready. And I realized that when I was trying to put my husband into the fold, I was really trying to stick him into like every like kind of world I have like in my life. And everybody, it was like, wow, they have to really meet each other on their own time.
I'm talking to Michelle Buteau.
Yes, girl.
We're talking about the final season, the
final
season, Survival of the Thickest.
Oh my
God.
Tell your friends and tell them friends. In fact, just put it on and leave the house.
Just leave it on.
Those numbers count. Completion rates, please.
New York is a big part of the show.
Yeah.
Also a part of New York that people may not have seen before. Like you went to Afropunk last year.
Yeah.
You do volunteering at God's Love We Deliver.
Yep.
What is it about the city that makes it right for this show?
Oh my goodness. I mean, dreams are realized here. And it isn't just like being an actor. This is like, if you just walk on the East River and look at the Statue of Liberty or go on any ferry, you're just like, for 250 years, whether it's by choice or not, people have been coming here trying to think of and dream like a better, bigger dream that they had at home. And it is hard, and it's very hard, and it will push you in ways that you never thought you could be pushed. But at the end of the day, we produce what? Diamonds, Nixon 5, and so I'm just like, that's what it is. And that's why New York is such a character of the show, because New York gives you character.
I want to ask you about Wanda Sykes.
Oh my God, you should.
She's in the show. She plays your OBGYN. And you worked with her production company.
I do.
Your specials.
Yes.
Why was that important to work with Wanda Sykes?
Oh my goodness, because she's an icon. She's so smart and beautiful and talented. And it's just like anytime I can work with Wanda, yes. And her production company, Push It, has produced the last 2 comedy specials, Netflix specials. And I've done a bunch of pilots with her too. Still waiting to hear if they get picked up. It's been over 10 years. Just kidding. So yeah, she's amazing. And I also like work with people that you love and respect. And you may be friends with them or not. I don't know. But just the wish list.
Yeah.
There's also Ice-T and Jenna Lyons and
in the
Amber
show.
Ruffin and
Wyatt Cenac.
Ashley
Graham.
Laquan Smith. Honey. I mean,
It's amazing.
It's pretty great.
How is touring different for you now? Now that the show has had its third season, it's on a big platform.
Yeah.
How has that changed for you?
It's harder and easier in a lot of ways. I love that I get to meet my audience, because that's hard and that's rare. And I show up and I get to see them, and it's like, whoa, y'all came out for me. Y'all ride or die. I love this. The travel it's no bueno. The travel is boo-boo. Public toilet seats, outside chairs on a plane, delays, weather, ice in airports. Like, it's insane. Like $13 carrot sticks. It's like, what are we doing? No early check-in. And so it's just like the travel part's insane. Leaving my family is not great. But wow, the minute I get on that stage, it's pretty damn sweet.
Got another text. It says, I worked with Michelle when she was a co-host on VH1's Big Morning Buzz Live.
Oh my
She was
God.
hilarious
Oh my
and
God.
kind and whip smart back then and still is now. So happy to see her success.
Thank you.
What do you remember from those days, those early days
Oh, everything.
of your career? Really?
Everything. I remember editing overnights and like just wishing I had a window because I'm like, I'm too cute for no window. I remember showing up and doing panels and talk shows and being the co-host. And what I do remember is having fun, realizing like I'm going to color outside the box. And then I remember who's nice and who's not.
What do you use from those days that you still bring to work every day?
Work ethic, period. It's so fun. It's supposed to be fun. The days might be long, the food might be bad, but this is still fun. So if you're not fun, right, and you don't want to have fun and you want to be mean, you can go to another show. There's other shows that will take that. That's not my show.
What were you thinking about as you realized this is it? This is it for Mavis.
Allison, you're gonna make me cry. What in the Barbara Walters?
You called me Oprah last time, so Barbara Walters and Oprah, 2 for 2.
Gail King, come on by. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so honestly, like I don't want it to stop here, meaning like legacy in a way that you can't like ever sort of comprehend because that's the future, right? But legacy in a way where I hope people really appreciate Mavis and run it back and watch it again or quote her or situations, and also that they look inside themselves and create something that they never thought they could. Mavis is my grandma's name, and I thought it's so nice to like carry her with me because she was my first soulmate. And so I'm so glad that I got to do this and honor her, and I know she is so proud of me with her big butt and tiny ankles in Jamaica. Yes, rest in power, Mavis. But like, yeah, I mean, just do the thing. Don't keep saying I have an idea. Just do the idea. It's fine.
You bet on yourself, didn't you?
I bet on light-skinned. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's okay with me.
Let's colonialism. What you want me to do? Okay? Too soon?
We've been talking about Survival of the Thickest. It's streaming this Thursday on Netflix. My guest has been comic and actor Michelle Buteau. Oh, Spa Weekend. I saw a preview for that.
Oh, yeah. It's
Looks
a movie.
funny.
It's hilarious. I'll come back and talk about it if you'll have me.
We'll have you back.
Perfect.
Michelle, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having.